Hi my Stampin' friends, I'm Sandra at artypapercrafters.com and my project for you today is this one. It's a cute little treat box, very slim, very cute, and of course this is Freddo the frog. These are Freddo caramel bars, new in the shops I think, and I know lots of people who like caramel, including my husband and son. And they're going to love these little treat bars, even though they look like they're for children. So that's what we're going to make today. I've used the 1 1/4 and 1 1/2 inch circle punches to cut out these holes. So that's nice and easy little projects. Most of you have these punches, and I've used the same size punches on the sentiment too, and just added a little clip. And this here is meant to be his little bow tie. Cute, I thought. So let's get on and make it. And all these products that I am showcasing today are all available to purchase from my online shop at artypapercrafters.com, and I can sell to the UK, France, Germany, Austria and the Netherlands. So let's get on and make this little project today. So to start with, we need a piece of cardstock, and this measures 5 by 4 3/4, which is 12 by 11.5 centimeters. I've got a piece of DSP here, which measures 4 1/8 by 1 5/8, which is 10 by 4.2 centimeters. And then I've got a piece of scrap, and this DSP is all the Tranquil Textures DSP. And I've got a scrap here to do the little circle at the top. So let's get the scoreboard and do some very, very simple scoring. So let's see, we've got a 4 3/4 side and a 5 inch side. So we're going to score on the 5 inch side at 1 3/4, 2 1/4, 4 and 4 1/2, and then turn it, and all we need to do there is to score it at 1/2 inch, and in centimeters that's 1 centimeter, and on this long side that is 4.5, 5.5, 10 and 11. So that's all we need to do for the scoring. And I apologise that my video this week is slightly later, but I had to have a steroid injection in my shoulder because I suffer with frozen shoulder, otherwise known as tendinitis, and at times it does play me up, and when it does I have to have another steroid injection. So I thought I'd be kind to myself and give myself a couple of days off to try and recover. So we've got our score lines done, and you've got your little 1/2 inch section at the bottom, and all we need to do is just cut away the little corner and wedge it in on this edge here, and that's all the cutting away we need to do. And then just cut up our little score lines to that 1/2 inch mark. That's all we need to do there. And so the next thing we need to do, that will fold round like that. So this is the front, and we need to cut our hole. But first of all, we are going to attach our DSP. So that's going on the front there. And this, by the way, is called Gorgeous Grape. The first time I've used this colour, and I like it. I need to use it more. It goes very, very well with mint macaron and navy. So let's glue that to this front here, and that's just glued down with a very small border all the way round. Right then. Now we need to punch our hole for Freddy Frog to peep through. And what I did was I measured my bar up against the side there. Let's bring you down a tad. There we are. I measured my Freddy Frog and it worked out to be about an inch before I saw his face from the bottom. So that is what I have done. So we need to punch with our 1 1/4 inch punch. We need to punch the hole. So we go in from the side and you need to fold that 1/2 inch flap back down on itself so that you can get your punch in. And then you really have to gauge it. But if you measure from here to there, you'll get more or less your 1 inch mark. And if you want to, you can mark it with a pencil at the bottom if that helps. So let's get our pencil and hold that up. And if we measure our inch from the bottom edge of the 1/2 inch mark up to there, and if I put my ruler on there, that is 1 inch. So that is more or less spot on. As for marking how far in you are, you've really got to eyeball it. So you can see that I'm about 1/4 inch away from that DSP there. And then you need to be equidistant from there to there. But it's not critical. It's not going to be the end of the world. And if you wanted to measure in and put a little, mark a little pencil for the middle, you can. But I'm just going to eyeball it and hope for the best. And look at that. More or less perfect. Equidistant away from the edges. You can keep that piece to decorate something with if you wish. And then I want to do a decorative piece around it. So I need a piece of scrap. So in order to make that, you're coming in with your 1 1/4 inch punch. In you go, and you punch a hole. Then you get your 1 1/2 inch punch and you put it in and you go with an equal border around the whole thing. So you've got to again just eyeball it, hope for the best, punch, and you've got yourself a little circle. And that is what we are going to glue onto the front there. So with the wet glue, and you're going to need to be very, very careful with your wet glue, you just want to put the finest amount on the outside edge. Don't go mental, otherwise it'll all ooze out. Right, and we just lay that on. Perfect. So let me just show you that. See? And that just adds a beautiful finish to that. So now all we need to do is to put our treat box together. So I'm going to use, for this edge here, because it'll dry quickly, some fast fuse, which isn't available now, although there might be some left in stock. If you go to the shop and see, they did have it on special. It was on offer. So maybe have a look if you love fast fuse. I love it. And I do have a little bit of a stash, I must admit. But when it's gone, it's gone. And then we have to go back to good old wet glue. So push down there. And I just remembered that I forgot to tell you to do some little part scores down here. So your part scores on the long side should have been 2 inches and 4 1/4, which is 5 by 10.5, so you remember to do some little part scores down to about 3/4 of an inch, and that is so that you can pinch it in at the side there, and I've forgotten to do that in my enthusiasm, you might say. Right then, so this is the front, so we want a good finish on the front, so push down the little tabs and put a little bit of glue on each one because we want that to stick down. We want the back piece to glue down first, and then we want glue on this bottom piece here, and then fold that down. Get your bone folder, and then get your bone folder just to make sure that those tabs have sealed themselves down. And that's it. So let's hope for the best that our little Freddy frog emerges through the hole, and he does. Oh, so cute. I love him. And then, because I haven't done my part scores, it's not the end of the world. Just press it in and just line it up with the opposite side, like that, which I've got away with. And the same on this side. Push in, line it up, and there we are. So not the end of the world if you forget. Then I have a clip, and I got these clips from Asda, a little clip set. I think they were £3, and you've got 3 different colours: pink, lilac, gorgeous grape. That would go perfectly with the gorgeous grape colour, wouldn't it? So I got those £3, and you get little clips and tabs and things. But I've got this coloured one here, so we're going to put this one on in a moment when we have done our little sentiment. And on here I've put "It's a Real Treat," and I'll show you how I got that. I've used the Stampin' Up stamp set called Treat Time. It does come with little framelets, and if you remember, I did the little cute sour cream cases with the autumn leaves a couple of weeks ago, which were totally delightful, I must say. So this is the stamp that says "It's a real treat being friends with you." But I just wanted to say "It's a real treat," so I'll show you how I achieved that. So put your stamp on the block like that, and we're getting a piece of scrap card, and then we are going to use a post-it note. This is my cute little post-it notes, and we're going to cover up the part that says "Being friends with you." So you stick that on there like that, so that all that is showing is "It's a Real Treat." We're going to get our gorgeous grape ink, which matches our project, and we're going to put it down into the ink to ink up that sentiment. Take that off, get rid, because otherwise you'll be making a right old mess down here, and stamp, and that's what you've got. It's a real treat. And then getting our 1 1/4 inch punch again, we're going to punch that out. So what I've done is I've punched it out, leaving more of a gap at the top like that, and that is so that when my clip goes on here, it doesn't hide up my sentiment. And then with my 1 1/2 inch punch, we're going to punch a piece of this DSP, because we're going to layer it up on there, and we're going to layer it up with a dimensional. Do I need one? I'm just going to use one, I think. Otherwise it might interfere with the clip. So centralise that on your DSP like that. Cute. And then we're going to stick that on here like so with our glue. So a bit of wet glue on there, don't need much. And then we're going to place that near the top, placing it equal distance away. Perfect. Where's my clip gone? There you are, hiding from me. Clip on. And there's that. And now we just need to finish off with his little bow tie. So I've got some 1/8 of an inch ribbon, which matches more or less the project. So to tie a tiddly bow, I've just got a small loop there, fold it over, push it through, pull through a loop. Fiddly this, but achievable. So pull that loop through, and you need to just keep pulling on both of the loops until you get like a tight knot, and then pull, and then get your fingers, and however large you want your bow to be, just keep pulling out. So I think that is about what I've achieved before. Open up my loops a bit, and then I'm going to get my scissors and trim that off. And then I've got myself a cute bow, and I'm going to call that his bow tie, because I can. Get a glue dot, and we're going to stick it on with a little glue dot. Where's my pokey tool? There it is. And I'm going to roll that little glue dot up into a little tight ball. Can you see that against my... And then we're going to glue it on the back like that. Try not to stick it to my thumb. Position that on there. And that is our little Freddo bars. Aren't they cute? I'm delighted with them, and I hope that you will have fun making them too. So that's my project for today. I'd be very grateful if you could shop on my online shop. If you're watching this video on YouTube and you want to see the project details, click down in the down arrow description bar here. I'll be back in a few days with another project, but until then, it's bye for me for now. Oh, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me today, and it's bye for now. Bye.